Hey again. Now I just wanted to really quickly run down on the benefits of using Twitter as a professional development tool, especially in an educational context. So to be really brief, I'll open up another one of my browsers and we'll go straight into it. So if you head over to www.twitter.com, now hopefully you've already got an account, but not necessarily. If you haven't, sign up. It's free. Okay. Use a username and a password that you'll remember, and something that's pretty easy. Some people have two accounts, a professional account and a personal account. I've actually only got the one. Okay, so this is the sort of home dashboard. Once you first sign in, this is where you'll come to. Now you can see that over here on the left is how many tweets I've had, the people I'm following and my followers. You've got the sort of what's trending or what's being spoken about at the minute in the left here. And in real time, as people that you follow are tweeting, they'll actually pop up in the middle. And you've also get sort of suggestions on who to follow here. So to get straight into it, rather than sort of giving you a list of people that you could follow, the best thing to do is sort of what they call lurking to start off with. And literally just find a hashtag, click on discover, or you can start typing straight away. And it'll give you some examples of things that people are talking about, who to follow, find friends, popular accounts. What I'm going to do is, for example, one of the popular sort of hashtags that I follow is a group called HistEdChat, and that's a global group that literally discusses everything history and education related. And I'm not trying to plug it or anything, the community at HistEdChat are simply amazing. I've learned more in sort of 18 months of HistEd chatting, tweeting, than I have in a lot of reading and uni. Just because people are so knowledgeable, they'll share, they point you in the right direction. It's brilliant. Words can't describe, I'm lost for words, literally, how amazing it is. So let's just run through it really quickly. So when you're using a mobile device such as an iPhone, an iPad, an Android device, or even a desktop computer such as a PC that I'm using right now, generally the layout is the same. And the way you search for things, so if I'm going to go to all tweets, you can search through here. As you can see, I've recently posted something about my previous video that you may have just watched. And here people are discussing various aspects, posting links, if you will, to some really great stuff. And if you like something, you could say, just scroll down, I'll pick on something right random and say, okay, what's here? Dr. Hart is fantastic. I recommend you follow her once you get onto your Twitter. Here's her blog, for example. So she's posted a link to something that she's discussing and talked about at a workshop she did. So I'd highly recommend reading that. And if you pause the video now, you'll see her website at the top. So Catherine R. Hart, shout out to you. Keep up that awesome work. Okay, so that's the HistEdChat group. You might want to even do something such as something really general, teaching. You got to think of a hashtag. It's not just a young people's thing, if you will. Everybody's tweeting these days. It's just a way to be able to search topics and themes. So if I'm looking for something to do with teaching, I could say, does anybody know anything to do with Virginia Woolf? I don't know why I said that, but anyway, hashtag teaching. And so people would see that I'm looking at it from a teaching point of view. So for example, we can see this is obviously being used. People are posting. I could do, as a geology teacher as well, what's going on in geology? Hashtag geology. Let's have a look. I've even told my students to follow this because there's some amazing things that they can cite in their papers for this. So here you go, talking about courses that are coming up, news about here, links again, links galore, and you can even just post a question. I could write about what's the best place to go for a field school in South Australia, hashtag geology. And if anybody from South Australia hopefully reads this and follows the geology hashtag, it will pop up and they'll answer my question. So it's like being plugged into the Borg collective almost. Tell I'm a geek, my Star Trek knowledge, excuse me. And there it is. The hive mind feeds you the answers back. So it's simply incredible, and the amount of hashtags there are is, well, you can create your own. It's just phenomenal. Some of the big ones, for example, from a social studies teacher or HAS teacher, is SS Chat for social studies chat, predominantly American, but you have educators from all over the world plug into this. Okay, as you can see, I've linked there. You can probably pick my English accent, although I live and work in Australia. So Aussie Ed, Australian Education. That's another great one that I use and read regularly. Okay. So they even just hashtag history teaching. Okay, and people use this, so there's no real limit to it. Again, you can see. So it doesn't matter what it is that you're looking for. If you search the hashtag World War One, there'll be a lot of stuff because it's the centenary. And here you go. I can pull up primary sources. Bang, straight away, it's there, and use it in my class the next day. I could even, if I wanted to, over here on the top right, compose a new tweet, whatever you're typing, yada yada yada, hashtag, it could be Mr. Baker's class. Okay, so my students in my room, right then and there, I could post a question and put a unique hashtag. It might explode, who knows, probably not. I can post a question, and those kids that are normally too shy to speak up generally are on Twitter. They'll get texting and tweeting straight away and start answering the questions, and before you know it, they'll even have discussions just branching off from there. It's fantastic, especially for validating prior knowledge, and even posting a question for after class for them to discuss ready for the next lesson. So I'll cancel that. So that's just a real quick sort of rundown. You can send direct messages. You get notifications, for example, when somebody's liking something you've tweeted. If somebody sends you a private message, you get direct messages. You've got various settings. You can set up lists. You know, I can sign out and sign back in. I'll do that actually for you. So this is what it looks like if you don't have an account. Have an account? Yes, sign in. No, create one. If you've got an iPhone or Android devices, so it's available for everything. As you can see, the list of devices is extensive. So if I click on sign in, luckily it remembers me, and bang, I'm in. There you go. So get on it, you won't regret it. If you want somebody to follow, you can see my little sort of name there, at Bakester, pronounced Bakester. It's also my online gaming name, 1984. So, you know, if you want to follow somebody to start off with, at Bakester 1984, I'll follow you back. We can do a couple of direct messages, and I'll guide you into the journey that is Twitter, the Twitterverse. Once you take your first step, plug into that Borg collective, you won't look back. So I hope that's been useful, and tweet on. So until next time, bye bye.